구원해준 나의 천사 나의 세상 난 이상 새 고향이 널 만나러
Vian sat in the quiet restaurant one her friend had chosen for her. The soft golden light glowed across polished tables, but her heart felt heavy. It had been 3 long months since she ended things with Jungkook, and nothing had been easy. She had blocked him everywhere, moved into a new home, and rebuilt her life piece by piece before he could return to town. She wanted no connection to him, no shadow lingering, no memory strong enough to pull her back. Or so she thought. There were nights she longed for him, when she missed the sweetness of his words, soft as honey, when she remembered the way his touch treated her like a delicate flower. His gaze had always burned as though she were the only one that mattered. But those same eyes had darkened. His life became a cage, his care a chain, until he tried to control her life as if he owned it. He believed she was his to keep, his possession. That was when Ryan finally walked away. Since then, silence had followed. Not a single message, not a knock at her door in the dead of night, though sometimes she almost expected it. Still, part of it wondered if he would ever return. He never did. Now here she was, waiting, a blind date her friend had set up, an attempt to help her move on. Her hands trembled against her lap, nerves twisting inside her. Then at last she looked up and saw a man standing before her. Sorry, I'm late, he said gently, an apologetic smile softening his face. Wyan let out a small breath she had not realized she was holding, and gave him a quiet smile before he sat across from her. I am Minjun, he introduced with a warm smile, extending his hand across the table. Wyan returned the gesture, her lips curving softly. Hi, I am Wyan. Their fingers met briefly, a polite exchange that carried the fragile hope of a new beginning. They spoke easily at first, simple words about his career, his life, his favorite places in the city. Wyan answered in kind, her voice calm, though her nerves still stirred. The conversation floated lightly, like small stones skipping across water. But then a sudden prick tingled at her skin, the strange sensation of being watched, a heavy stare that pressed against her without mercy. Ryan's heart shifted uneasily. Her eyes wandered subtle as the man before her lowered his head to taste his soup. And that was when she saw him, Jungkook. Her chest tightened, breath caught. There he sat in the corner of the restaurant, radiating a dangerous stillness. His posture screamed ownership, his aura heavy and unyielding, as though the entire room bowed to his presence. His gaze never wavered. It pinned her like a flame consuming paper, a smirk curving at his mouth. Those dark eyes traced her face before sliding downward, slow and deliberate, toward the elegance of her dress. Her pulse stuttered at the sight. He bit his lower lip, a familiar dimple flashing faintly with the motion, a cruel reminder of the boy she once knew. Yet now, in this dim light, he looked nothing like the memory she carried. He looked untouchable. He looked dangerous. So, your friend told me you had a boyfriend. Minjun said lightly, his tones curious rather than prying. Wayan blinked, caught off guard. Her pulse spiked, nerves unraveling like frayed threads. It was a question she wished had never been asked. Her lips parted, but silence tangled her tongue. Sweat gathered at the back of her neck, the weight of the truth pressing hard. Minjun raised his hand gently, softening the moment. Hey, it's okay, don't push yourself. I just asked. He smiled kindly, shifting his focus back to the food. Relief washed faintly overhead, though unease still clung tight. When she dared to look up again, Jungkook was there, watching, smiling, the kind of smile that was all fire and possession. His lips puckered slowly, blowing her an invisible kiss across the room. His eyes closed, savoring it as if his mouth truly brushed against hers. Waya's stomach tightened, throat dry, and she looked away quickly, her heart hammering too loudly in her chest. Dinner ended with soft goodbyes. Minjun pushed back his chair, standing with quiet ease. I have my car, but I'd love to walk with you, he offered warmly. His sincerity made Wayan's guilt grow heavier even as she fought the storm inside her. Sorry, I'm not feeling good today, she replied softly. He nodded understanding, kindness never leaving his eyes. Anyway, I hope we meet again, Minjun said with a hopeful smile before giving her a brief hug. Then he turned and walked away. Wayan breathed out, her chest tightening as her eyes darted back to the spot where Jungkook had been. He was gone, vanished. Her hands fumbled for her belongings, and she rushed out of the restaurant, her footsteps quick toward the bus stop.